And then the next week, all next week, from the 17th to the 21st, I will be working from the office. So, but other than that, everything's doing good. I am 37 weeks and 2 days, so I am officially full term. Yay! I am so excited. I'm full term. She can come at any time. There's just a little bit more things I need to finish up. We went to Target and got a couple of more things as in like storage bins for my baby's clothes. I thought I had a lot of 0 to 3 months clothes, but I don't. But it's fine because she's going to be wearing basically like rotating these clothes because they're going to grow out of it so fast. I have quite a bit of 3 to 6 months, and then I have a lot of 6 to 9 months. So I think I'll be fine. If I have to buy some as I go, then that'll be it. But yeah, I am 37 weeks and 2 days. I'm so excited. I'm so blessed. I'm so happy because, um, like I said, I don't have that long to go, but at the same time, I'm ready for her to be here. But at the same time, I'm not ready for her to be here because my life will no longer be the same. I It's just not going to be me and my husband any longer once she gets here, which is fine by me. But at the same time, it's going to be it's a new thing, and that's something new I have never experienced done before. I mean, I've had my god kid stay with me for 1 week, but that was it. That was the most they've ever stayed with me, and it was a little bit stressful. But they were like a lot, they were older, much older than a newborn. So it was just trying to get back on, get them to school and all that kind of stuff. It was a little bit hectic, but they went home after a week. So it's like she's gonna be with us forever. So it's gonna be a little bit different. Now I did have my ultrasound yesterday, 37 weeks in 1 day, as well as an OB visit. I have one more last ultrasound on Monday coming up on the 17th, and then the 19th will be my last prenatal um, OB visit until I go the day of my induction, which is the 24th, unless she comes early in advance. So the reason why I had to get extra ultrasound is because a few things. One of my age, I am 39 now, because yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday to me. I am 39 as of now. So since I'm an older parent and I'm new at the same time, I've never been pregnant before, so they want to make sure that everything is okay. So far, things are great. And then at the same time, I have gestational diabetes, so they want to make sure that she's not like growing too big. But so far, she's not growing too big. I was, and I had an impression in my head. When you hear things or see things or whatever on YouTube or in person or whatever, when you get diagnosed with gestational diabetes, um, I automatically thought that the baby was going to be like really big. Like by now she'd be like 7 to 8 pounds. That's what was in my head. So not this Monday because they only check. They only do a growth ultrasound every 3 weeks. That's what the ultrasound tech told me yesterday. So yesterday I did not get her measurements. The only thing that we did yesterday is to make it's called BB something, BBM or BB whatever or BBB or whatever it's called. But they check like her movements. They check to see if she's wiggling her toes, her fingers, if she's opening and closing, if she is swallowing, practice on swallowing, practice on breathing, moving around and stuff. So they check that. They've been checking. This is my second day. Well, he wanted me to do until I went into labor. So I have one more since my induction is scheduled for the 24th. I only have one more to do. So what they do is, like I said, they just check on the baby's movements, if she's moving, if she is practice breathing on her own, if and all the kinds of stuff. So she passed. She's passing all of it. Last Monday she was weighing estimately at 5 pounds and 11 ounces. So I wouldn't be surprised by the time I go in on Monday that she'd be like close to 7 pounds. Probably that's my guess. That should be close to like 6.5, 7 pounds, which is not too big at all. I don't know how tall she's measured. I will try to ask to see if they could tell me like what is her measurement, as in like lengthwise. But they say no, she got all her fingers, all her toes. Everything looks fine. Um, Anatomically, everything looks great. There's no concern that they have. Even though I have gestational diabetes, they said that everything still looks good. She's not too big. They're not worried about my blood sugar. My blood sugar's fine. I check it as much as I can. I try to check every day, but sometimes that does not happen. But when I do check it, it's in the normal ranges. I think I've had like a couple of them that were really high, but I know what I did wrong. Um, So yeah, my ultrasound was great. I got to have one more, which is on Monday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and then yesterday I also saw the specialist, not my regular OB, but the specialist OB that I see for gestational. Um, so last Wednesday I did have my OB appointment, and they checked my cervix to see if it's open or if there's anything. She said that everything looks fine. She said it's firm, it's high, you're good. There's no going into labor or anything like that because I was having some sharp pain. So that was Wednesday. I would say like Thursday or Friday, I started experiencing more symptoms, sharp pain, um, like pressure, and that kind of stuff. I started experiencing those on the daily. My Braxton Hicks were getting more, especially at night when I'm trying to sleep. So when I had my appointment yesterday, I asked him if he can just go ahead and take a look, take a feel, and he did. And he's like, your cervix is getting soft, um, but it's not opened up. So once he's done checking me, I noticed that I start bleeding, which kind of freaked me out. But then at the same time, I was able to like be okay because I knew if it was at home and I was bleeding, I think I would have freaked out even more. But since I was in the clinic, I knew I was in good hands. Like if I had to go to labor and delivery, I just have to go across the street, and that was it. Um, but it was good enough bleeding. It was not like I wasn't gushing out bleeding or anything like that. But he says since my cervix is soft, every time I get checked now, I might experience some bleeding. This is the first bleeding I've seen since I had my period was April 27th. That's the 25th or whatever. That's when I had my period last. So, but it did stop. It stopped within an hour. He said it will. It was not like a flow. It was just when I wiped it, it was there. And then I kept on using the bathroom, just making sure that it was going. It was leaving. It's completely gone now. I think my appointment was at like a 3:15, almost 3:30. I got home by 4:15. By 6 o'clock, it was completely, utterly gone. Like I had nothing. Um, I did have to wear a pad, but there was like a drop or two on the pad. I would say if I had seen more than if I filled a pad, then I would have to go to labor and delivery, or if it lasts until the next following day, then I would have to go to labor and delivery. But thankfully, I had not. So tomorrow I was supposed to have my another OB appointment, but there's no point in going back because it's just too much. I don't need to be seen by an OB twice in 1 week. There's no reason for that, so I'm canceling. I already told my doctor I'm canceling tomorrow, and I'll see her the following Wednesday, and then I'll get checked again that Wednesday to see if I have dilated or if I have, if it has gotten any softer or whatever, if there's any changes. Like I said, I have been experiencing more and more breast sticks. At nighttime, it gets pretty painful. Not very, very painful. It gets pretty uncomfortable. So I have to just make sure that things are progressing. Um, but besides that, they just said just follow up next week. Um, and next week is my last full week of work. So I will go into the office next week. I'm just working for the rest of 4 hours today in the office, and then next week from Monday through Friday I'll be working in the office. So I need to train the person who's going to be covering me while I'm on maternity. I found out that I was approved for the full 12 weeks of maternity through a family medical leave. So hopefully that will still continue. I would like to take my full 12 weeks. If not, if I have to take only 6 weeks, I would prefer to work home for the rest of the 6 weeks, so I could be with her. I don't think 6 weeks is enough. This is 12 weeks is not enough to be with your newborn. 12 weeks is not enough at all. Like in Canada, my my cousin had a baby. She has 2 years off. 2 years off with pay. With pay. So I'm not saying I want 2 years off, but at least if they can give you at least 6 months off until you get like things down and whatever, or if they help you provide with childcare, it's a mess. It's a mess that happens in the United States. But anyways, I'm blessed. Yeah. So I just have a few more things left to do for baby girl, and she'll be here. I'm super excited. Next week, I said I'm going to buy some dates. I love dates. I love dates. I love prunes. I'm such an old lady, but dates I absolutely love. I can eat dates all day. Um, so I'm said I'm going to buy some dates next week. I didn't want to start now because I don't want because dates supposedly help you with going into labor, like pushing things along. So I said I'm going to start. I want to buy dates next week, probably like Monday or Tuesday, and start eating dates. Start like I have one of those the birthing ball, the yoga ball. I have one at home. I've had it for God 7 8 years. Sits in the corner. I just gotta clean it off and use it. So I have a birthing ball. I'm going to start using that evenings when I get home from work. Um, I'm going to try to go. I want to try to use my treadmill as much as I can. I want to at least somewhat assist my body to go into labor on its own instead of the hospital having to do everything. So I don't have to be on so much medication because they said once I get to the hospital on Monday the 24th, I have to be there at 7 o'clock in the morning. She's like, they're going to tell you not to eat, but she's like, I'm going to tell you right now, you better eat and eat something that's going to fulfill you for a while. She's like, because once you get to the hospital, you're going to be cut off. So I'm going to make something that's going to be very fulfilling, that's going to last me a while. Um, and she said to get there at 7 o'clock. Can I get there any earlier? And then they're going to start you on, medication stuff. So I want my body to assist itself before I get there. So if I can do at least 1 week of eating things that help you with going into labor naturally, the teas, the walking, the certain exercise, and all that kind of stuff I'm going to do starting next week. This week I will definitely finish packing up my bag, and I'm going to have to tell my husband he needs to pack up his bag. At least he can come and go as he pleases, so that'll be fine. But he needs to pack his bag. And I already have picked out baby girl's clothing. I've already put that away. All I need to do is just put her blanket, her car seat. But there's still a lot to do. Not too much, but still a lot. The last minute things. And then after that, just wait until she gets here. They said for induction process, he said once I get there, in order for me to go into labor, it could take up to 18 to 24 hours. Sometimes it could be less than that, but the estimate time that they know so far since they've been doing this is 18 to 24 hours. And then once you have the baby, then you will be in the hospital for as long as everything's fine with you and baby. You have to stay in the hospital for full 24 hours or just a little bit more than that. So he said to be just prepared to be at the hospital between 48 and like between 48 and 50 or 48 to 50 hours. So that's like what 24 4 8 like about 3 to 4 days. He said just be prepared to be there for 3 to 4 days. Um, so I'll get there on Monday. I'm just going to prepare my mind, saying that I'll be home by Friday, so that I don't start feeling anxious and want to go home. So I'll just let my mind like tell myself like, okay, going on Monday, most likely come home on Friday, so that if I do come home earlier, that'll be a treat. And of course, with COVID, there's no one else besides my husband allowed. So my brother, he was not happy about that. My mom's not happy about that. But there's nothing I could do. But you work there. That doesn't matter. COVID does not care where you work. Um, so, but anyways, that is all I have for today. That's a lot of updates. I will update again if anything changes, and I will try to do my best on recording how the baby room is. Well, it's not just her room right now. It's my guest bedroom. But I'm sleeping in the guest bedroom right now because my mom's going to be sleeping in our master bedroom because that bed is much better and she has really bad back problems. So right now I just put the baby stuff in the guest bedroom. My office, since I'm working from home, I don't want to have all that stuff in there. But once we go back to working like in the office, I'm going to take um, the the mattress and the bed and stuff like that from the guest bedroom into the office, and then put the guest bedroom as her room. But right now, me and my baby girl are going to be sharing a room, and so she's about 4, 5 months, maybe even up to a year. I don't know. But yeah, she's going to be sleeping in a small bassinet. The small bassinet until like she's about like 3 to 4 months, and then put up her crib afterwards. But I would feel more comfortable if I was in the room with my baby girl instead of her being by herself. Um, yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Please make sure you guys comment, like, subscribe, and